Welcome back to another episode of the Rose Podcast. Hope you are doing well. We are currently watching Burnley Tottenham in the background, so we've got live updates on that. Bale just doing up his laces, probably get ready to come on. And I think this is episode 9 that we've got today, so I'm looking forward to it. Thank you very much, Said Note, for redeeming Hydrate. I do appreciate that, my guy. I probably need it, to be fair. So let's just get straight into it. You don't know the format by now. You don't know the format. We start with the Championship. Then we head on to the Prem, and then we finish on whatever we want to finish on. Like I said earlier in the pre-intro, you lot know, you lot in the stream will know that a Birmingham City Twitter page has have asked me to do like a match preview for the Birmingham City Huddersfield match for content for them. So I'm going to be doing that at the end of the stream. So that won't be part of the episode or anything. Fuck me, that's a lot of cars. It won't be part of the episode or anything, but it will at the end of the stream. So if you're not a massive fan of Birmingham or anything like that, then you can just leave that out. Do you know what I mean? You can just skip that bit. But anyway, let's get into this. Let's get into the Championship scores from the weekend. So first we had Nottingham versus Derby, a big rivalry there between the two clubs. Ending in 1-1, which is probably what you would have predicted, I'd imagine. Derby's usually quite close, like I'd say. Taylor and Wycombe getting the goals there. That sees Derby get their 4th point of the season, their first draw, and Nottingham with their second draw, their 5th point. Neither club doing that well. Both could have done with a win there, but ultimately getting the draw in the end. Not too bad for either of them in the long run, really. Next up is Watford versus Bournemouth. Another good game. Do you know what? Shout out to Ben Foster. I know it just like I'm gonna shout out Ben Foster, but shout out to Ben Foster. His YouTube channel, the Cycling Goalkeeper or something. It's such a good YouTube channel. He's such a nice guy, and he does obviously videos, and he has a GoPro in the back of the goal. And I watched this one today. He had it up to today or yesterday, and the game only happened on Saturday, so it's pretty quick turnaround as well. It's good, isn't it, mate? He's good. And he had the video of them scoring the 95th minute as well. It's really good. There was a game not long ago where he saved a pen, but they made a mistake early on. It's just cool to watch, and it's crazy to see how the opposition players interact with each other on the pitch. Like one of the Blackburn players almost scored against him. Was like, you were close there. Like they're probably just like nonchalant about it, like it doesn't really matter. Obviously, it's not that much of a big deal to football, but you'd think they'd be more like, oh fuck you dickhead, didn't score. Get fucked, you know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe I'm being a bit childish. I don't know, but yeah, good game for both of those teams there. Probably what you'd expect again. Both teams up the top end of the table. Bournemouth, one of the only two teams left who haven't lost yet, along with Reading, who are smashing it still. So yeah, another good point for both teams. Next up is Bristol versus Swansea. Another draw there. I know Reading first is crazy. Like, it is absolutely crazy. I don't think anyone predicted that at the start of the season. And they're smashing it. Look at them. But yeah, Bristol City with the penalty from Wells, who have just taken out my gaffer team before this game, which is quite annoying. He's been doing well this season. So, and then Lowe with the goal for Swansea. Another good point for Swansea there with 3 wins, 3 draws, and then Bristol obviously up the top end, 2nd place. Falling off the last 3 games. Before that, they've won every single game. Now, the last 3 games haven't won in a while. I watch Championship at all. It's a good league to watch, man. Anyone can beat anyone. Literally. Our own Birmingham City's only win this season is Brentford. And they're one of the better teams in the league. Like, you'd expect them to be up there. And Reading didn't expect them to be up there. It's just you never know what's going to happen in this league. The only certainty you can have in this league is that Wycombe are going to lose. And probably not score. That's the only certainty you've got. Next up was another draw in Cardiff and Middlesbrough. Shea Ojo, who I said at the I just watched a dirty piece of skill from McNeil. That was dirty. McNeil just did an absolute dirty piece of skill on a Tottenham defender then. That was crazy. But yeah, Shea Ojo is a very good player. I don't know what Blues didn't go after him for the price that Cardiff got him for. And then Saville getting the goal from Middlesbrough again. Both decent teams. Middlesbrough with not the worst start in the world, and then Cardiff. I can never find Cardiff. Cardiff again, not the worst start in the world. Probably very, very even there, really, actually, with 2 wins, 3 draws, and 2 losses. 0 goal difference as well. Yeah, very, very even for them. Next up, the first win of the week was Blackburn away at Coventry. Again, another player I've just taken off my fantasy team for this week was Armstrong, which I definitely regret straight away. Didn't help when they went down to 10 men straight at the back. I think that could have been a closer game if it wasn't for the man advantage for Blackburn. But Blackburn scoring an absolute shit ton of goals again. I think by far the top goal scorers in the league. Yeah, well, not by far, by 4. Which is still actually quite a lot, actually. At this stage of the season, 4 goals, top goal scorers, is pretty fucking large gap, to be fair. But they're down in 10th, to be fair. You'd think they'd be higher up from how they started. Championship most entertaining league, change your mind, mate. It definitely can be. If the Prem was like the Championship in the way that anyone could beat anyone, and anyone could win the league. I guess the Prem is kind of like that this season, to be fair. Then the Prem would be more entertaining, to be fair, because literally it's so hard to predict the Championship season. It's so hard. I remember one year I predicted Norwich to go down, they ended up going up, and it's just crazy. It's just crazy. So next up is Huddersfield versus Preston. Another red card there. Preston getting the win with Brown 2 goals in 3 minutes. Very good win for Preston there away at Huddersfield, who Birmingham City have next, which is should be a winnable game there. I mean, they're not too far ahead of us points wise. They've only got 3 more points than us, so it should be a winnable game. Yeah, the quality is better in the Prem. I've got to say that. You got teams like Wycombe, even Birmingham. Like sometimes the quality of our games is dreadful. I mean, I went to a game not long ago, Birmingham at home versus Wigan or something, and it was the most dreadful quality game I'd ever seen at Birmingham. It was fucking awful. Like, it was just passes misplaced in every second, long ball. It was just shit. It was just shit. That's the thing the Prem has got better than the Championship is the way the teams play. It is a lot better. Like, you won't get anyone playing like Man City in the Championship. Anyone playing Liverpool in the Championship. You might get people playing similar, but not anywhere near to the quality. And then Preston, mid-table, very even start. 3 wins, 1 draw, 3 losses. Decent start for them. 2 wins out of the last 2, which is decent little form, decent little run to go on. Technically better, but technical doesn't always win. Technically better, but technical, exactly. Next up is Millwall versus Barnsley. Barnsley with another draw, still without a win. Barnsley with 4 draws and 0 wins and 3 losses, but unbeaten in 3. You could say they haven't won in 7, but they're unbeaten in 3. That's what you can say for Barnsley. I still even 9 episodes in, I still am happy about Barnsley not doing very well, because I put them to go down in my predictions, and all the Barnsley fans were like, so I'm very, very glad that they're not doing amazing so far. Well, I'm not very, very glad. I'm glad that I'm right. That's it. I'm just very happy that I'm right. So far, anyway, they could pull themselves out. I mean, they're not in relegation at the moment, so you never know. And then Millwall doing very well, very strong start to the season. I think a lot of people thought they were going to do well this season with the players they have. So very good start for them, and the manager as well, Gary Rowett, very good manager. He's still their manager. Next up is Norwich versus Wycombe. Wycombe very, very, very close to getting their first points of the season, but Norwich just getting it right at the end with a Vranic goal. Pookie getting a goal there. For some reason, he survived in my gaffer team for a very long time and hasn't done that much. I captained him for this game against Wycombe. Again, and he got 1 goal. Wycombe very lucky not to get their first points of the season there, which would start to get them pushing towards that safety place, because they're just falling away at the moment. Luckily, Sheffield are there to prop them up at the moment. But Norwich getting that win, which sees them go to 5th with all the top 3, the 3 teams that came down, all doing well. You very rarely see that in the Championship, to be fair. All 3 teams that came down doing well. Norwich should have had more. Do you know what? I didn't watch the proper highlights. I didn't see the full game, so I'm not actually sure about that. So if you think they should have more, then I'll believe you, mate. I'll believe you. Tottenham on the attack here. I'm just going to quickly watch this. Harry Kane trying to find some space. He's got past his man and he's gone out for a corner. And next game was my team, Birmingham White QPR. I'd say a very decent point for Birmingham against a team who are in and around us. Another team who haven't won a lot. So maybe we should have capitalised on that and got the win. But to end our 2-game losing streak, we'll definitely take it. We just need to get a win on the board, and I think Huddersfield is going to be the time when we can get that, because Huddersfield are one of those teams that we always seem to do well against them. They're not doing that well either. So I think Huddersfield should be where we got our second win of the season, really. But yeah, like I said, a decent point for both teams there. I'd say QPR would be saying they probably should have won. Birmingham fans probably saying they should have won. I think we should have won, really. But hey ho, we were close at multiple times, and I think all we need is we just need to get, once we start scoring, once we get that clicking, once we start scoring, our defence seems decent. Once we get our attack clicking, I think it could be a decent season for Birmingham. Next up is Reading versus Rotherham. Like we said before, we touched on Reading before. They've been very good this season. 6 wins, 1 draw, and no losses. Only conceding 1 goal this whole season so far, which is nuts. I mean, they're just steamrolling at the moment. Steamrolling. They're 5 points clear already, which is nuts actually. I didn't realise how fucking far ahead they were already. 6 points clear of 7 points clear of 7th place, which is just crazy. So Reading continuing their great form at the top of the league, beating Rotherham, who haven't had the worst start in the world, to be fair. Haven't had the worst start in the world with one win, 3 draws and 3 losses. Haven't won in the last 5 though, so it's not in great form for them. Next up was Sheffield versus Luton. Sheffield very unlucky there to lose that game 1-0 with the red card, and then 3 minutes later the goal for Luton. Luton starting very well, way better than a lot of people would think they'd start. Only 6 goals scored though is probably worrying for them. 6 goals scored and 6 goals conceded though is decent. So yeah, Luton starting very well there. By the way, yeah, I was just looking. Birmingham with the least goals scored, but actually no, Wycombe with the least goals scored. Birmingham with the least goals conceded, I think so far, other than Reading. Yeah, so as I was saying, just need to get the goal scoring and we'll be okay. And last but not least, was Stoke City versus Brentford. A very good game. Campbell having a very good game. He seems like a very decent player, that Campbell. Forced getting 2 goals for Brentford. Very good win for Stoke there. Continue their decent start to the season. And decent run of form there as well, with 3 wins and 2 draws in the last 5 games, unbeaten in the last 5. And Brentford not starting as well as everyone thought they would, but still not starting too slowly. So yeah, that was it with Championship games really, unless there was some today. No, and then there's obviously these games tomorrow and Wednesday, and then more games on Friday and Saturday. We will be doing a Birmingham versus Huddersfield preview at the end of this stream, so stick around for that. So now it's time for the important thing. The most important part about doing our Championship tour is going to our gaffer team. Let's have a look at what we did this week. So we got 62 points this week, which isn't bad. Obviously we had him as vice captain, him as captain. Obviously they both scored, so it was decent. Woodman, probably that was the only person who should have started. Other than that, everyone else got 4 or 1, 2, 3 points, so it was decent there, to be fair. Next week, so we look at who everyone's got. So we've got Norwich at home, so we don't need to be playing anyway, to be fair, so it's a good job. I think Sanchez is going to be coming on for... Well, okay, we'll have Gooey. We'll have this Gooey guy on for Janssen. And we'll have Sanchez. What's happened here? Can you really have 2 defenders? Can you really? No, you can't. No, okay, I was going to say. And I want Gooey on for... I'm going to say Jed Wallace. Or Mabuema. Ooh, Jed Wallace or Mabuema. I think Jed Wallace. Jed Wallace, where is he? We'll go for Jed Wallace. Hey, my guy, thank you. Oh, my guy, no, my girl. Lucy Lixer, thank you very much for the follow. I do appreciate that. Hope you're enjoying this stream. If you're here from Twitter, let me know. If you're not here from Twitter and you're here because you like football, let us know what team you support. It would be interesting to have another girl who supports a football team. So we got Pookie's playing Brentford away. I don't think he'll score. Blackburn away and Luton away. That is hard games for my front three there. I'm pretty good when we Stoke at home, so we'll start him instead of Alan Davis. I think we'll put Jed Wallace on there instead of Pookie, I think. That's what we'll do there. And then it's about who we take off, who we transfer and stuff. So we'll go to our fixtures and see who's got good fixtures in the future and stuff like that. If it loads, there we go. So who's got good fixtures coming up? So Birmingham have pretty good fixtures with Huddersfield, Preston and Wycombe. But then they have Bournemouth. So and after that they have Coventry, Luton, Millwall, Barnsley, Bristol and then Reading. So But Huddersfield, Preston, Wycombe is good. Good fixtures there. Who has Wycombe next? Actually, who has Wycombe next? Who do Wycombe have next? Watford. So Watford might be a good team. They have Wycombe then Barnsley. So getting a Watford player might be good. So we could get rid of Pookie and get a Watford player or something. Expected back mid-November. Expected back mid-November. Maybe we get rid of these two then. Yeah, because I doubt Watford are gonna concede against Wycombe. Anyone else got a really easy game? Anyone else got an easy game? Coventry at home, Middlesbrough. I've got Coventry at home. That's not an easy game there, really, is it? Yeah, we'll go for a Watford defender there. Then we'll go for a Watford defender. We'll get rid of Janssen. So we'll save that, and we'll get rid of Janssen. And we'll bring in a Watford defender. So we'll filter by Watford, and we'll go to the defenders. So who do we go for, really? I mean, Cathcart. I think the main reason he's got a lot of points is because he scored in the first game of the season, didn't he? So have you seen Foster's YouTube yet? Yes, I have. I was just talking about it earlier. Funny enough, it's really good, isn't it? I was saying, I watched the one against Bournemouth. It was really good, and I was saying, if you haven't seen it, you should go check it out. It's really good. I think we'll go for Cathcart, Nagakia. What I want to know what actual position he is though. Nagakia. Is he a fullback? Nagakia. I'm guessing it's this guy. Yeah, Watford. Is he a fullback or is he a centre back? Right back. Okay, yeah, we'll have him instead because fullbacks get up more. So we'll have Nagakia, and we'll save that. Save, and then we'll go to team selection and we'll put him in instead of Max Aarons, which makes sense to me. Where is Max Aarons? Aarons? Hello there. What is Max Aarons about? Am I missing it? Yeah, am I missing this? Oh, there he is, Maximilian Aarons. There we go. Sad JP noise. Why is sad JP? Why is it sad JP noise? Why is it? Is it because they're taking out the Norwich players? Is that why? We'll put Pookie instead of Max, and then we'll put Max instead of Fox. Aaron's out. Yeah, he's got. I've got to do it, mate. They're playing against Brentford. I think they will concede. So for this game, for this week, we'll go for our captain as. It's a hard one, you know, because Reading are playing Brentford at Blackburn, who are a decent team. Sanchez against Huddersfield could be the one, you know. I'm gonna back Blues. I'm gonna put Sanchez as the captain. We'll put Sanchez as the captain. Vice captain can be Santos, and emergency captain can be Nagakia. That's what we're gonna do. That is what we're gonna do. Oh, Tottenham on a decent attack here. It's Lamella, plays it to Kane, who shoots. It's a good block by the Burnley defender, and it's a corner for Tottenham there. So that's the team we'll go for our Gaffer team. Am I getting an assist? 1-0. Is it 1-0? Oh, we'll wait for this. 1-0 to Burnley. Or 1-0 to Spurs. I imagine 1-0 to Spurs. I hope it's Kane got the assist. I'm guessing it's off this corner. That's the Mello with the corner. Crosses it in. And it's fallen to Son. Who was with this? It was Kane with the assist, wasn't it? I got Kane as my captain in my fantasy team. That's why I'm excited. I think it was Kane with the assist. That's beautiful. Kane with another assist. I got Son in my team as well, so that's good. Kane with the assist and Son with the goal. We'd love to see it. Wait, is it handball? Oh, is it handball? Let's have a look. So, who got the header? It was Kane. No, it's not. I don't see where there'd be a handball there. Yeah, Kane assist and then Son with the header. Yeah, I don't see there being a handball there at all. That's a good header from Son. That was a good header, good finish, good goal. That, to be fair to them. Right, next up, decent goal that from Spurs. Decent goal. Decent, well worked corner that. So next up is the Premier League, the one that everyone loves. First game, we love to see it. Aston Villa getting dipped by Leeds and Bamford. Some very good goals, by the way. Can we just talk about how good Bamford's goals were? His first one was whatever. His next two were absolutely unreal. His next two goals. Villa made him look like Ronaldinho. Not Ronaldinho. R9. Villa made him look like R9 for a bit. It was insane. So very good win for Leeds there, which takes them to 5th place, and Villa still in 3rd. To be fair to them, even though just lost. Leeds in 5th. I did not expect. I know a lot of people predicted them to do well this season, but I was one of the people who thought, nah, it's too. Everyone's just overhyping them a bit. But you know what? They proved me wrong. Bamford is proving me wrong. He's doing very well. He scored a hat trick and he scored a few goals this season, and I'm still sat here thinking he's not a Premier League striker, but he's doing really well, isn't he? He's doing really well. What can you say? Next was West Ham versus Man City. I feel like a lot of people have kind of glossed over this. West Ham getting a draw against Man City. West Ham fans should be absolutely delighted with that. Man City fans maybe not as much. Man City down in 13th after 5 games, which is nuts. And West Ham one place they would win 12th, with 2 draws, 2 wins, and 2 losses. Which have all, weirdly enough, they've got in the 2. So they lost their first 2, then they won the next 2, then they drew the next 2, which is quite weird. West Ham, exactly what I mean. West Ham should be very, very happy with that. It's a decent goal from Antonio. Well, not a decent goal, very good goal from Antonio as well. So a good start to the season for West Ham, especially after the season they had last season. Next up was Fulham versus Crystal Palace. Zaha having another great game with the goal and the assist. Ridewald, very unlikely scorer, but a good little goal. And Kenny getting the goal in the 96th minute to ruin my chances of getting a clean sheet with Guaita, who I had in my team, and Mitchell, who I had on my team, which was quite annoying. But decent goal from Kenny as well, and the red card for Kamara. But a decent game nonetheless. And Crystal Palace, again, one of the teams who have started the season quite well. And Fulham, one of the teams who have started the season very awfully. Along with Sheffield, Burnley and West Brom, who actually have 3 draws now, so they're not doing that bad. But these 3 teams here are looking very, very, very sketchy. I think Sheffield will turn it around there. Next up was Man U versus Chelsea. Very, very boring game. I know a lot of people are saying very boring game. But a very good point for Chelsea, I'd say. I'd say a decent point for both teams, to be fair. I think both teams would have got, both sets of fans were going to saying we could get done over it and we could win. So for them both to get a draw, I'd say that's pretty fair. Chelsea were not the worst start in the world, with only losing 1 game. If they just need to turn a few more of those draws into wins, and they'd be a very good team, a very force to be reckoned with this season. Man U, off the back of an away win at PSG, drawing at home to Chelsea, it just doesn't make much sense, does it? If only football was that easy. If it was A beats B beats C. So do you know what I mean? If only it is like that, but it's not like that. So, but yeah, decent start. Not a decent start. Decent draw for them too, but not the best start. Next up, Liverpool versus Sheffield. And Liverpool is a very weird one, because they're the massive blip against Villa, where they lost 7-2. And you're thinking maybe this might be the season where they start falling down, they'll go where Chelsea and Arsenal, Man City and Man U are right now. But they're still second. I mean, they're joint points with Everton. So it's kind of crazy, really. It's kind of crazy how a lot of people at that time were saying, like, oh, Liverpool are going to absolutely flop this year, and they're still second. Do you know what I mean? So, very decent win at home to Sheffield. Sheffield making it a lot harder than a lot of people thought they would. But a very good goal from Firmino and Jota to get the win for Liverpool. And like I said about Sheffield, I do think they'll pull themselves out of this bad situation, but it's not looking good as it stands at the moment. But obviously with Burnley losing as well, and West Brom still without a win, they've got plenty of time to catch up and get away from these teams at the bottom. Cool. So next up was Southampton versus Everton. A very unexpected win for Southampton. A very good win. Danny Ings with some very good assists and some very good play from him. He's turned into a great player since joining Southampton. Danny Ings. Southampton to 7th now. Can we just point out the top 8 in the Prem? He's literally the top 10 in the Prem is nuts. Everton, Liverpool, Villa, Leicester, Tottenham, Leeds, Southampton, Crystal Palace, Wolves, Chelsea 10th. That top 10 is mental, and the bottom 10 is crazy as well. Arsenal, West Ham, Man City, Newcastle, Man U, Brighton, West Brom, Burnley, Sheffield, Fulham. That is just weird. It's a weird Premier League table. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. The most open Premier League season we've had in a while. And with Everton losing as well. It's crazy. Digne getting the red card there as well. It was a very, very... he probably didn't mean it, but it was a very, very bad challenge. Like kind of stood on the player's foot, and it kind of just... Oh, it was awful. I didn't like it. And it was the way he fouled him, and then he was chasing after him, like right behind him, and he fouled him again. That was the way it was. That was what it was for me. Next up was Wolves versus Newcastle. Very, very, very decent point for Newcastle there, I'd say. Wolves being a very decent team and getting the equaliser in the 89th minute from a decent free kick. As much as I think Patricio should have probably saved it, I think didn't seem to have that much power on it, but he had good placement. I feel like Patricio should have probably saved that. I think he'd be annoyed not to. And a very good goal from Jimenez as well. Wolves struggling to find the goals at the moment, which is unusual for them, I'd say. With only 6 goals, only these teams at the bottom have had less goals than them, which is kind of crazy. But a very good goal from Jimenez there. Absolute banger on the half volley. And last but not least of the Sunday games was Arsenal versus Leicester. Vardy back in the team after a week out through injury and back on the bench. Comes on and scores the winner. Arsenal fans must hate him. It's insane. Lacazette should be sold, do you think? Well, I don't know, but I can definitely see why you'd say that. He should have scored. Maybe that's why you're saying it. I remember seeing that opportunity. He should have scored. But yeah, very, very decent little goal from Vardy. And like I said, Arsenal fans must hate him because he always seems to score against Arsenal. Whether Arsenal beat them or lose them, he always seems to score. His chances and does it weekly. He's not good enough. Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. I thought he started the season well, to be fair. Next up was Brighton versus West Brom. Like we've been saying, another draw for West Brom. Grant getting his first goal for the club. He looks like to be a decent signing, young English talent. Livermore with the own goal for Brighton and over Albion to make it 1-1. Decent start to the season for Brighton, you could say. I mean, they haven't won in 4, but to not be down there and to be 4 points from safety already is going to be good for a team like Brighton. And West Brom getting another draw, as much as they probably want to win those sort of games, is very good for them. And then the game that we are watching right now live, Tottenham versus Burnley, is 1-0 with Son Heung-min with the goal. Decent little worked corner, cross in. Harry Kane with the flick on, and then some of the diving header into the roof of the net. Very decent little goal there, which sees Tottenham go up to 5th and Burnley drop down to 18th. And so then, the most favourite part about doing this as well is doing the fantasy team. So I think I already picked the team, and I think I already know what I'm going to do for transfers. Because I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take... What was I going to do? I think I was going to put in Mendy for Chelsea. I think I was, because he had a very good game against Man U. A very, very good game. But I've got good fixtures for a bit, so we don't want to get rid of any of them. Why was I going to get rid of him? I don't know what I was going to do. I haven't got any Arsenal players. What I was going to do is get rid of Mings, I think. But no, actually, because they've got good fixtures coming up, Villa. But they've got Southampton, and they've got Arsenal, which is a hard one. But they've got Brighton, West Ham, Newcastle, Wolves, Burnley, West Brom, Crystal Palace, Chelsea. And obviously after that they have Chelsea, Man U, Tottenham. But very, very good games for them coming up. So I don't really want to get rid of the Villa players, but I feel like having 3 of them isn't a good idea. I think maybe I should get rid of Watkins. I had a plan of what I was going to do. I wish I remembered it. So yeah, okay. So expecting to probably not get a clean sheet, but probably do better. I don't know, actually. Maybe they'd do better because Wolves haven't been that good at scoring. So I'm going to swap him. I'm going to swap him and him. Switch. And I think I'll swap him and him as well. Do you reckon Zaha will... Actually, no, I keep saying. Do you think Zaha will get a goal? That's the question. I think there's always a threat of Zaha getting a goal, to be fair. So we're going to put him in. And what we'll do is we'll go switch, 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 switch. Cool. And they got Brighton. You got Southampton, Crystal Palace, Leeds, Brighton, Southampton. I can't remember what I was going to do. I cannot remember for the life of me what I was going to do. Save my team, yeah. I cannot remember. Was I going to take up Mitchell? I don't know. I feel like I wouldn't do that. Defenders. How much money have we got? 5.3. Why isn't that changing? Search by total points, yeah. We've got 5.3 mil. I can't remember for the life of me what I was going to do. I wonder who's got good fixtures coming up. Restore player. Who's got bad fixtures coming up? Wolves got good fixtures. Yeah, they got Crystal Palace and they got Leicester. That's an Arsenal, Liverpool. Yeah, they got kind of hard fixtures. So maybe it was going to be a Wolves player to get rid of. So I think who have Chelsea got? Maybe I was going to get rid of Patricio and put in Mendy. Honestly, cannot remember. Honestly. Mendy. Who have they got? They've got Burnley, Sheffield, Newcastle, Tottenham. Yeah, they've got some decent fixtures. I think that's what we'll do because I can't remember what I had planned. So that's what we'll do. We've got 1.7 million left over then as well. That we can then spend on other things. I should get rid of Watkins, but they're playing Southampton, so he could score. Yeah, we'll just do that. I don't know. Just do that. Confirm transfer. Cool. Make transfer. Confirm transfer. That's what we'll do. So we pick team, and they have Burnley away, so we'll put him in instead of Guaita. Switch. Oh, the only thing about Guaita is that I think the Wolves haven't been scoring, like I said before, so maybe that would have been a good idea. And Burnley are playing shit as well. Do you want to hop on a quick fucking draft as soon as you're done? I don't know, to be honest, mate, because I feel like you need more people. I don't know how it works either. And I don't want to do what we did with the online FM as well, and then never do it again. Do you know what I mean? And I've got do you know what? I don't think I'll be able to because I think I've got upload videos and that as well. So after this, probably have to upload videos and stuff. Okay, so we'll leave Jorginho there. We'll leave that as it is. I think that's what the team should be. That's pretty good for me. Then last but not least is Super 6, which a quick time should do that. Log in. There we go. And then go back to it. Cool. So Super 6 is for the Champions League. So it's for this Tuesday. So we got Marseille versus Man City. Marseille, Man City. What was the score in their game? So they lost Olympiacos. They beat Porto. So I think they're gonna win. I think they're gonna win 3-0. Liverpool Midtjylland. What a game! Yeah. Midtjylland lost 4-0 to Atlanta, and Liverpool beat Ajax 1-0. So I'm expecting a big score there. I'm gonna say 5-0. Real Madrid versus Mönchengladbach. Real Madrid losing their first one actually, and Mönchengladbach getting the draw against an informed Lukaku. But I think Real Madrid will bounce back after beating Barcelona as well. Did I even see it? No, I didn't see it. No. What, the 4-0 or the 5-0? I mean the 4-0 or the 1-0. So yeah, I think we'll go for 2-1 to Real Madrid there. Then Brentford and Norwich. What? No. What? No. What? What's wrong, man? What's wrong? Then Brentford. Norwich is a decent little winning streak here. Only winning by 1 goal each time there. And getting very lucky as well. The Vranic goal against us was very lucky. That goal, 90th minute as well. And that goal, 95th minute as well. Jesus, the last 3 games have all been in the last few minutes. That's crazy. Did you see it? Nah, just forget. It's shit, Joe. Do you admit your land? I don't know. I don't know. I think Brentford will score. I think Norwich will score. I think Norwich will win 2-1 in the end. And then Swansea versus Stoke. Swansea with draws in the last two, both away as well, so very decent draws. But then losing at home, so it's like, and then winning at home and then winning away. Stoke unbeaten in the last 6. Some decent wins in there. I think that'll be a 2-2. The Swansea concede or score 1-1, 1-1, 2-1, 2-1, 2-0, 3-2, 2-2, 2-0, 1-1, 1-0. Yeah, I think maybe 1-1. Yeah, we'll go 1-1. And then last but not least, Blackburn vs Reading, which is a very, very hard game to predict. Very, very hard game. Because Blackburn obviously very good, scoring goals, but then Reading are smashing it at the moment. So it's like, what do you go for? I think Reading are going to win 1-0. 3-2. Reading have conceded one goal this season so far. Then Brentford have scored the most goals this season so far. So it's the best defence versus the best attack. And I could see it being 1-0. I'm going to go 1-0. I think 1-0. There we go. Submit my entry. Those are my Super 6 predictions. Let me know what you think as well. And then, yeah, I'll be ending the Rosa podcast for this week. Hope you enjoyed it. We kind of sped through it again. We're getting quicker and quicker as we get to know our formula. So, yeah, like I said, I hope you enjoyed it. We are going to do a quick pre-match preview of the Birmingham game after this outro and after this video. So, if you want to see that sort of stuff, then be sure to head over to Twitch and come and see it live. It could be up on the Blues Focused channel as well, possibly, but we'll have to wait and see what they say about it. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Rosa podcast. And yeah, see you next time in a bit.